Welcome to Generating More Leads with Nav2. This is a complete demo and Q&A session on Neighborhood Navigator 2.0. My name is Erin Gilbert. I'm the VP of Sales and Marketing here at Onboard Informatics, and I am joined by two great people who are going to do most of the presenting today. First, we have Dean. Dean, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, this is Dean Sucres. Thanks for joining the webinar. I'm the Senior Product Manager here at Onboard, one of the people involved in creating these great products we're going to be presenting today.
Great. Welcome, Dean. Thanks so much. And we're also joined by Brett. Brett's going to be showing the demo today. Hi, Brett.
Hey, Erin. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. My name is Brett Friedman, Director of Sales, and I've been in business development for a little over 10 years, helping both startups and enterprises scale their businesses through technology.
Awesome. With that, let's go ahead and get started. As you may or may not know, Neighborhood Navigator was created by a company called Onboard Informatics. And while you might not know Onboard Informatics, likely you know some of our clients. So we've been delivering premium real estate data for about 15 years to some of the biggest names in the country in real estate, including places like Century 21 and Coldwell Banker. And they use this data to engage their consumers, to convert that interest into sales and leads. And Neighborhood Navigator takes this premium data and helps you do the same thing. So it can fit on any website and can turn your website into a more effective tool for generating leads as well as nurturing those leads until they are ready to take action. So we're going to show you a little bit about how that works today. But first, I wanted to invite Dean to tell a little bit more about what Neighborhood Navigator is, why we created it, and what it does. Dean?
Thanks, Erin, and thanks everybody for joining us today. This is actually our second Neighborhood Navigator or NAV2 webinar. We had the first one, I would say, about maybe 4 months ago, and that was the beginning of the NAV2 product line, which is a continuation of the legacy product, which was Neighborhood Navigator. Onboard Informatics being a company that is about 15 years old now, been in the real estate industry a very long time, has a lot of experience working with data and real estate companies. I came on the company about just about 6-7 months ago in order to help create these new turnkey plug-in products. Before then, Onboard was pretty much working with APIs and bulk data. But there was a big demand in the market for these easy solutions that you could just quickly embed onto your website. Myself, I've been in the technology industry for quite a while now, for about 15 years, but I've also been in the real estate industry, having been a broker for about 4 years. So taking that experience of technology and real estate and kind of reimagining and reinventing how we can present the information and the data in a way that is valuable to our clients that are the agents and brokers, as well as delivering valuable content and information to users, to the people looking to buy homes. And that was really the birth for the NAV2 product. Essentially what we're talking about is you as a brokerage or as an agent or as a broker, you spend a lot of money in marketing trying to bring traffic to either your landing page or your website. You know, the last thing you want is for somebody to go there, not see information, and then they just pop out and go somewhere else to look for information. Maybe they remember to come back to you, maybe they don't. But the whole idea for NAV2 is to keep them onto your website. You're spending that marketing money, you want to get your return on that. So then the question is, how do you engage with the content? And that's what the nav bar does as part of NAV2. It gives you that great local content, that local information that home buyers are looking for. So we don't want them to leave and go elsewhere. We want them to be able to find information on your website, and then we want to convert that traffic. And that was the second part of the NAV2 product, which was adding what we call the nurture bar. So when you engage them with the information on the nav bar, the nurture bar is meant to convert them into a lead, so that at that point, not only are you delivering information, you're capturing that lead. So then the nurture bar then delivers ongoing emails to users. And I know Brett's going to walk you through this. It sounds like a lot, but once you get going, it's all pretty easy, and it's meant to be simple and quick to implement. The only other thing that I would add is, you know, this business is based on leads. That's naturally what you're looking for and what you're interested in. That's what this product was developed to do. The nav bar naturally going on property pages is meant to convert these buyer leads so that traffic isn't just, you know, one and done. These are relationships that we're trying to help you build and nurture going forward. And with that, I'll pass it on to Brett.
Thanks so much, Dean. Before we get started and go through the demo, just to kind of reiterate some of Dean's points, really our goal as a company is to provide premium data in order to allow your website visitors to engage on your site, to stay there for a longer time, to return and know you as a local expert. And as well, the design of Nav2 is to then funnel that visitor into an actual contact and a lead with you, so you can continue the conversation. And so what we're going to go through is 3 components of Nav2. Essentially, the navigator bar is all of our premium data that's designed to display on a property page. From there, we're looking to capture the lead, right? So the second bar is the nurture bar, where someone's going to enter their email address with the exchange of receiving a property report emailed to them, and they'll also be entered into a drip marketing campaign. The third component, which is brand new to Nav2, based on a lot of feedback from our clients and prospects, is the lead bar. And the lead bar is going to essentially give the visitors an avenue to instantly be in contact with you as the seller. So with that, we'll get right into the demo and show you exactly what we've been talking about. So essentially what you're looking at here is a sample property page. So imagine this is your brokerage's or agent website. This is a specific property page. This is all the information that you would be gathering from your MLS relationship, including the photos and the description and the amenities. Once you scroll past the amenities, we're providing the premium local data. Nav2 is broken up again into the 3 bars. You have the comprehensive community reports, which is the nav bar. You have the detailed property report, which is the nurture bar, and you have the lead bar here, so someone can immediately get in touch. So what I'll do is go through some highlights of the nav bar, and again highlight some of the updated, new and improved features of the nav bar. So that includes the first report is the community demographics. And as you see, if you've seen the kind of the first iteration, we had kind of a muted gray and blue tone to the report. We've added these great fun icons and colors to make this a really simple but elegant and interactive experience. And as you scroll through the report, you'll notice that it really starts from a high level, population, income, and as you scroll down, you get more information about the community. So I'll just scroll through and highlight some of the main areas so you get a sense of what we're covering. Again, we're really the leading providers of premium data, so we can go very granular into these data sets here and make sure that you're positioned as an expert. So breakdown of the population by age, breakdown of the weather conditions, education of the different members of the community, employment levels, and then we actually break down income by dollar range. That's some of the highlights here. So the nav bar is broken up into 4 components. The first is community demographics. The second is school system. One of the really great things about school system is that we actually use the attendance zone boundaries. So, if you're navigating around the internet and you go to various brokerage websites, you'll probably notice that for the most part, they include all of the schools that are nearby, but not necessarily the schools that actually tie to the address. That's where we come in, and we use the attendance zone files. So this is the actual school system, elementary, middle, and high school, that tied to the specific property. And again, we're starting at a very high level, and as you scroll through, you'll notice how granular we get. So we have ratings and profile, and we're a big data aggregator. So we're listing 2 of our data sources. We actually use more than 2 sources for our school data. A breakdown of students per grade, a ratio of students to teachers, and then something that I have not seen by any other provider is actually the full curriculum for the school. So depending on the interests of the children of the household, different things like sports and foreign language are available so they can see if this is something their kids would enjoy, as much as kids love school. The third category is points of interest. So we're showing local businesses that are nearby the property. Again, if you've seen the first iteration of Nav2, you'll see the improvement of the fun icons, and the categories are a bit more broken up. So you can go into, for example, what are the restaurants and dining options nearby? This particular address has some really great fast food if you like Papa John's and McDonald's, but you really get a sense of what's nearby in the community. If you prefer Burger King over McDonald's, you can obviously choose. As usual, they're right next to each other here. We also include a map. So when you open the map, you'll see the property in the middle of the map, and then as well, we highlight the businesses and put their individual icons and colors to identify the different types of businesses. So here we have the local swim club, and here's a banking institution. The fourth pop-out is the home sales trends. So this gives you a sense of the sales activity within the zip code, the number of transactions, the median sale price, so you can get a good sense of the market. And then we also provide some comparable transactions. So you get a sense of what are the other properties that have sold nearby, how much did they sell for, what's their square footage, so you can get a good comparison. There's a couple of houses that are around 1,500 square feet that sold for this value, and then there's a couple of houses that are quite larger, around 4,000 square feet, that sold for over 800,000. So it really gives you a good sense of the community and the different types of properties and their values. And the main goal of having this information on your site is, one, to engage, to have them spend more time on your site, to have you known as a local expert. But most importantly, as Dean mentioned, the end goal and what you guys care about the most is to drive leads. And so we've created 2 bars here that have just that goal in mind. The first is the detailed property report. So you simply type in your email address here. The address of the property is pre-populated in this field here, and a report will get emailed directly to the visitor. On a weekly basis, you're going to receive an email that has a kind of a recap of how many new signups you had, how many clicks, how many opens, and you can actually drill into these different categories and take a look at who these people are, and maybe have someone that is recurring and looking at multiple addresses over a month and you want to reach out to them. We can also tie this into your CRM. So we've been very flexible on the different partners we've worked with. We plan on carrying out the same for you when you sign up, and we'll take a look at who you work with and make sure that this syncs up properly. In addition, every 2 weeks, the subscriber here will also receive a nurture email. So they're entered into a drip marketing campaign. They will receive a neighborhood news email. This will get sent every 2 weeks as kind of a follow-up and kind of a check-in to keep them top of mind with your brokerage. So this information will be updated with different data about the property. So different homes that have been sold nearby, sometimes different businesses that have opened up near the property. And the main thing here is this is a nurture campaign. So this email will come from your brokerage, or in fact, it could come from the listing agent for the property. So that's completely up to you. We're flexible. We've set people up where the nurture email comes from one main contact at the brokerage, or in fact, we've actually tied this to the listing agent for the property. So if you have multiple agents at your brokerage, you can actually tie the email to come from that listing agent. The third component that we've added, which is new and exciting, and this is based on a lot of feedback we've gotten from our clients, is the lead bar. And the lead bar is designed for, the lowest barrier to someone interacting with you. We're not asking for a full lead capture. We're simply saying, how do you want to be contacted? Do you want a phone call from us? Do you want an email? Do you want us to text you? You simply enter that information. An email will get sent to you as the agent or broker, and you can reach right out to them and get in touch. Again, we want to make the lowest barrier to communicate with them, the lowest barrier to capture a lead. And, people tend to be kind of lazy. They don't want to search around on your site and perhaps go to your contact page or fill out a lead capture form. They say, I like this property. I want Agent X to give me a call. Simply put in their phone number. So that's Nav2. Those are the updates. Some of the highlights include the redesign and the features and color scheme. I should also mention we've added the private schools section here based on another client request. So this is based on radius. So these are the private schools that are located within 10 miles of the property. And again, we have some high-level information about the school, and as you scroll through, you'll notice these are all within 10 miles. So we have multiple ways to contact us. You can go through the website, you can fill out a form, you can reach out to us directly. So we have our contact information right here. So you can give us a call. We are standing by as we speak here. There we go. Or you can send us an email, sales@onboardinformatics.com. My personal email address is bfriedman, Friedman, @onboardinformatics.com. And as a special thank you to everyone who has attended the webinar, we are offering the first month free. So just mention you are a webinar attendee and we'll extend that offer exclusively to you. The pricing is based on the size of the brokerage. So we have a special pricing just for individual agents, and then we also have pricing based on the number of agents at the brokerage. So drop us a line, send us an email, let us know how many agents you have at your brokerage. We'll turn a quote right back to you, and we look forward to working with all of you very soon.
Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. That was great. So at this point, we would like to open things up to questions. The first question we have is around design, Dean. Can we make the menu tab text black so it's readable?
There are some features that are customizable for Nav2. Specifically for the menu tab, you can change the color of the text and you can change the background, basically the fill-in color, which by default is white. But if you wanted to make it a different color, we could do that as well.
Awesome. Another question from someone who is asking about how the code is inputted into the website. Once they order Nav2, what's the implementation process like?
So we deliver the nav bar and the nurture bar and the lead bar as 3 different snippets of code. And we do that because if you wanted only 1 or 2 or 3 bars, you didn't want them all, we want to be flexible. So you would get 3 different pieces of code after you place your order. Essentially what happens is you work with Brett and his team. You sign up for Nav2. The next step is you would get an email from our client success team asking you for specific information such as, please send us your logo, please send us your contact information you want it associated with your new bars. And then that gets inputted into the snippet of code that is delivered to you. Usually within 24 to 48 hours. A lot of it does depend on how many agents you're looking to have their own nurture or lead bars. But essentially the turnaround is quick. You get your snippet of code. You can either, depending on what platform you work with, you might have to work with them as well. If you have control over your own website, it makes things a little bit easier as far as the implementation goes. You can use your own developer. We're here to help if there's any issues that you run into, and it's a pretty quick and easy process.
Very good. The next question is from a realtor who sounds like he has a WordPress website. He's asking, how does this work with WordPress?
So I have a good answer to that one now because we've just created our WordPress widgets. So we had a few people over the past few months request WordPress widgets for the nav bar, and as of last week, we have those live now.
Very good. One final question on pricing. This question comes from Adriana. Is this month to month or is this an annual contract?
Sure, great question. So this is an annual contract. Our pricing is monthly. We would offer discounts if you're interested in paying upfront for the full year. And as promised, we are extending a 1-month free promotion. So the total term would be 13 months with 1 month free.
All right. And unless anyone else has any other questions, I think we will end it there. Again, the contact information is on the screen, and we look forward to discussing this further with all of you. And thank you so much for attending. Have a great day.